to be here on the stage with a chance to make a Final Four? You've already made a bit of history, a second Elite Eight. What would it mean here to punch a ticket to that Final Four?
Oh, man, it'd mean the world, just to be able to do it for the University of Alabama and to be and support them, and also for us, man, it would be legendary.
This court seen a lot of championships in its day. What would it mean to you guys it's a small C championship, right? The regional champions, but to kind of add to both this court's legacy and the legacy of Alabama?
Man, it mean a lot to the legacy of Alabama, and just we're on a come up, and just to be able to do that would be legendary.
Appreciate you, man.
Any questions in the middle? You're good? We have them here for a couple minutes.
Yeah, okay. Just walk me through kind of the emotions of last night's game, and then like kind of the celebration, and then spending the night. How do you guys feel today? Like, what's just kind of the last 12 hours been like for you guys?
I say the
24
last
hours, I'd say.
It's been very, very, very good. Just woke up, just thankful that we get another day and we get to practice again. And, we're very thankful, and we know that we got another game that we got to focus on. So we got to put last night behind us in the past and focus on this game coming up.
I was looking back at Nashville, and Coach at one point there after that game in that tournament said that you all had to decide whether you wanted to win in the tournament. I asked the players the other day what's changed, and to ask you what has changed from especially that moment to now you've battled off a bunch of great games here in a row.
I said our mindset. We really focused locked in on defense, and when we lock in on defense, we're a very hard team to stop.
I've already been asked this, but just what does it mean to advance this far and only the second team in Alabama program history to do that? What does that mean for you guys?
It means a lot. It means that we're part of history, and we're still not done yet, and we want to be the first team to make it to the Final Four at Alabama.
But as Nick was getting emotional, talking about obviously seeing Grant step up, he was playing through some pain there. For you personally, what has this group meant to you? And it seems like y'all are just a lot of collection of people who transferred into this program and are building something so special, especially through this season.
I say our chemistry is very special. We wouldn't be here without our chemistry. When we lost the first tournament game in the SEC, and we easily could have put the season away from us and been down on ourselves, and we easily could have been a first or second round exit. But for us to gel together and really trust each other, that's very special about this group.
How do you guys feel like you're matching up against Clemson, just from what you've seen so far?
We're very confident that we match up really well with Clemson, and feel like the coach is going to put together a great game plan for us to succeed, and we're going to come out and do what we need to do.
But obviously, this team's changed, their team's changed. What stood out on film in this second look around at what they can do?
We've had some errors that we could have gotten a lot better at. We didn't have an identity yet, but now I feel like we have a great identity, and we get contributions from everybody on the team. So I feel like we're very confident.
What is the identity?
I feel like we all changed our mindset. Our mindset when we lock in and get stops. We just held a top 10 defense. Top 10 offense to like a 0.89 points per possession. That's really big, and that's really why we won the game.
Mark, what are the last since you guys won yesterday? Just what has the experience been like for you in terms of social media, your phone? Have you seen videos of what it's like back on campus or anything?
Oh yeah, I definitely. When we won, they had some college spots. The hometown was crazy. It sounded like a home football game back at home as soon as the game was over. So.
Yeah. Obviously everybody knows what Alabama has been able to do historically in football, but for you guys to be the team that's sort of rising men's basketball up to that level, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot, especially me being from Alabama and just being able to play for Alabama. I want to make a legacy here, and so we can be on the rise too in the basketball.
What memories do you have growing up of Alabama basketball? Like, what are some of the strongest ones that stand out to you?
I remember when I was in 7th grade, I went to Alabama versus Kentucky. It was a home game. And I was in the stands, and I think that was the year Devin Booker, Tyler Ulis, they was like undefeated. And in that year we had Levi Randolph and some others, and I was like in awe because it was very packed, like sold out. And that day I knew I wanted to be a part of something like this.
How integral has Coach Oates been? Obviously, he's the guy who's sort of juiced up the program. What has he meant to you, to your career, to your development, to the growth of the program?
I say he changed my career and he changed our program, because he's great coach, great system, and, as a player, you want to be a part of a successful coach, and he's a successful, and it's going to lead to being successful.
Everybody talks about like the analytics with him and how detailed he is and how much he lives by those. Like, do you remember sort of the first time you had an experience with him, sort of going through some of that?
Oh yeah, I didn't know what analytics was until I came here. So it felt like I learned so much about analytics, and it does make sense, because I became a more efficient player here than I was at Ohio. So his analytics definitely does make a difference.
As best as you can explain, why do they matter to him so much? Like, why has that been his philosophy that's been so successful?
It's because if you shoot 40% from the 2 and you shoot 40% from the 3, I mean, you get more points from the 3 because it's like 1 point something per possession. So we're just going at things like that. So.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and having a guy like that who's been in your shoes, I mean, it's been a while, but how does it help having a coach like that?
Oh, it's great. Just, he's one of the best coaches in the country, assistant coaches for sure. He's one of my favorite assistant coaches I've had. Just, even though he's played, like, he's going to teach you, like, how to be a man as well. So, like, for him, I think it's more about teaching you how to be a man, and then all the basketball stuff comes after. But, he also displays his experience or tells us his experiences from his playing time too, and he always talk about how he used to get buckets. So he always shows us the stats and stuff. So yeah.
Does he still have some game all these years later?
Oh yeah, he can shoot. He can shoot. He can still shoot the ball at a really high clip. He can shoot the ball. He would fit this offense from what I've seen from his jump shot.
Who would win a 3-point contest? You or him?
We've already had those battles. He caught me slipping one time. I gotta get my rematch soon. He caught me slipping the first time though, I'm not gonna lie.
For sure, thanks.
Appreciate it.
We were just talking to Mark, and he was saying what the past 12, 24 hours has been like. What's it been like for you?
It's just been, a lot of people texting me and stuff, but I can't really focus on that because at the end of the day, the goal is to come here and get 2 wins, not just 1. So. I'm just focused on getting the second win more than, I appreciate all the congratulations and stuff, but, at the end of the day, in my opinion, if we're in LA, you might as well say what Kobe said, the job's not finished yet. So just gotta make sure we finish that.
How do you sort of balance that of being appreciative of where you guys are and obviously being in the Elite Eight, but also knowing that history's 1 game away?
Yeah, of course, it's all glory to God. We wouldn't be here without God. So, thank Him as soon as the clock ticks 0 when we won the game. But it is a blessing. But at the end of the day, we had our time to celebrate that, in the locker room, probably all last night. I used the midnight rule, but yesterday I couldn't use the midnight rule because we have a quick turnaround. So it was more like a 11 p.m. rule, just fun. But just have fun till 11, and then that's when you celebrate it, soak it all in. But you got a quick turnaround because the next day you're full focus on a whole nother team. So yeah, that's about it.
Mark mentioned how he saw a couple of places on the strip that it was a home football game basically. Has it set in what you guys have done for Alabama basketball this season?
No, it really hasn't yet because we haven't really been home recently. But I don't go out to none of those places. But I saw the videos. It looked really, really cool. I probably won't be in there ever, but it looked really, really cool just to know we had that support and that love from the city and from the school. So hopefully we come back to Tuscaloosa with 2 wins, not just 1, like I just said, and then they'll really have something to talk about.
I'm sure you've been asked about the previous game with Clemson. Mark was saying that you guys felt like you didn't have an identity yet when you played Clemson the first time, but now that you do, so what's kind of the identity of the team and what's kind of different this time around?
Well, people know their roles a little bit better. We know our strengths a little bit better, and us as players know our teammates' strengths and roles a little bit better now. So now we know like a lot of stuff, and we've had to go through. Before that Clemson game, we went through no adversity, so we've had to go through a lot of adversity since that game. So that helps create your identity. Last year, the national champion was UConn, and they went on a stretch where they lost 5 or 6 games. So they refound their identity in that stretch too. So, we went through that at multiple times. Like UConn had it just once, we had it multiple times throughout the year. So, but it prepared us for this moment, and we got to come out and embrace it. And luckily, it's against a team like Clemson, who we know is really, really good, but we've already seen before. So we know it's not going to be no surprise what they do pretty much. Like, we know what to expect.
Are you guys changing things up, like with your game plan, a good bit from the first time around, or is it going to be pretty similar, do you think?
No, I don't really want to give out the game plan yet. Yeah, but of course, our first game plan didn't work, so obviously we lost, so obviously we got to tweak some things, but it won't be that many. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be, of course we lost, so you got to tweak some things.
Yeah. How do you feel like you match up this time around, watching more recent film from Clemson?
Yeah, I never thought it was a matchup issue. It's just discipline. Like, we got to be in sense of urgency. That's another reason we lost. We didn't have great sense of urgency. Like, Gerard and Hunter hit 2 big threes to put us away. Like, we had no sense of urgency on those plays. They were wide open to great shooters, old shooters who have been there before that are going to make those shots in those moments. So yeah, that's about it. We just got to make sure we come out with a sense of urgency and, of course, tweak a little bit of the game plan.
So, Rylan, you got a pretty good mustache. What do you think about Grant's mustache?
Oh, yeah, Grant's mustache is great. It makes him, a fan favorite. I don't even be into that type of facial hair stuff. I really don't like facial hair, but everybody tells me I look like a kid, like a little kid without it, so I just make sure, I have a little something. But Grant's mustache is great, and it's, he's becoming a worldwide thing, famous for it.